All right. Another podcast. Woo woo. I have been consistent starting the new year. I'm trying to do one every month. Ideally, I would like to do 2 every month, but we'll see. So, usually on these podcasts, I have people that I love so much to join me because it's just fun to sit and have a conversation. So, because, February, the month of love, Valentine's Day, on the Life for podcast, we are now introducing my brother. Say hi to everybody.
Hello. How's everybody doing?
So what's really cool about me and my brother is we have a relationship where we can really have conversations about anything and feel completely comfortable and no judgment. And we're both Scorpios.
You know what that means.
So, it's just fun to be able to talk to him about anything. I am the older one in this situation, but whatever. Just by 1-2 years.
Damn.
Okay, maybe 5 to 7 years, but still the same thing.
Damn.
No cursing
I'm right
on the
behind
thing. So, we want to talk about sexuality and relationships and then the fun stuff later. So, first of all, when it comes to relationships, I think a lot of people feel pressured around this time to jump in one, just to say that they are in one, especially during Valentine's Day. And I and my brother, even though we're close, we technically usually have opposite frames of thought when it comes to that. So, for example, me, right now, I want to be in an actual relationship, and my brother is more F that, I want to have fun. So, can you shed some light on what your meaning is about having fun as opposed to searching to be in a relationship?
Well, fun to me is not just sex, but it's just exploring your options and figuring out who you are. In today's generation, we can't literally be in a serious relationship. No one is committed to another.
Did not lie about that.
And what people really just look forward to is somebody that they can connect and bond with when it comes to let's travel the world, let's travel these places, let's go eat, stuff like that.
But they don't label it though.
Exactly. It is what it is, and within time they kind of just figured it out down the line. Okay, well, maybe we could be something more than what it is. It's just going with the flow. Would it be nice to be in a relationship? I think so, but you gotta take it for what it is.
Yeah, I also think it's a state of mind, not taking things so seriously as well, right?
It's like plan B.
Ay, Dios, ahora viene la vaina.
It's the one.
Yes, we are drinking, I'm drinking kombucha porque yo soy inocente. Y él está tomando vino. But for me, it's always been very much I want to be in a committed relationship. I don't want to have fun. I don't want to explore my options. I tend to when I meet someone and I'm interested in them, I kind of just hone on to them, and it's this is gonna be my husband. I know for some people that might sound a little crazy, but I mean, I'm owning my train of thought. I don't think anybody's thought is either wrong or bad or healthy or unhealthy. Sexuality and relationships is a fluid concept, and it means something different to everyone. And that's why I being able to have a brother where we're very opposite on many things, and we have the same sign, and we're the complete opposite of our sign as well, because there's different types of Scorpios, but we figure things out, and we find a way, our experiences help each other in different ways because we do think so differently. So going into, I guess, sexuality being fluid, are you comfortable with me talking about LGBT?
Go ahead.
Okay. So another thing that's really great is that, I'm interested in men, and he's also interested in men, so it works out because sometimes he's able to give me really good advice. But I never really understood about like the new age with like the labeling them, they, and all that stuff, and I'm open to understanding it. It's just very confusing to me. And then I've heard through him that the dating is even that much more difficult in his community and finding love, as opposed to like the community that I choose my sexuality, I guess, to be in. And I completely am probably wording this wrong, so please nobody like shut down my door or, you know, kill me for maybe not wording it properly. But trust and believe, I'm trying to equally respect everyone.
So it's not so much about getting the label correct. It's just more about society understanding and accepting people for what they are, who they are. Mm-hmm. And sometimes they may not just be a label that somebody wants, but we want our insides to match our, you know, emotions, mm-hmm. as well as our outsides. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, in the LGBTQ community now, there's more labels, mm-hmm. but it's more of understanding who the person is and accepting them for what they are.
Well, this is the part that I really get confused about, because, you know, I love everyone equally. You know, obviously my best friend is lesbian and my brother is gay, and I think that's beautiful, right? Me! But I've never understood, because I get what you're saying as far as like it's acceptance, but then when it comes to dating, then why is there such a like non-acceptance culture with dating? Like, you have to have a certain body, you have to look a certain way. Fidelity is kind of like a skewed concept in that community. And it's like, why do you have these three things that are considered like negative, but yet you are all welcoming and all accepting? You get what I'm saying?
Somewhere among the lines, but from what I've seen so far, yes, you could have the most attractive face, the most attractive body, or the most figured God body, and your body parts have to match in some areas. I can't speak for everybody, but I can say, like, in my world, okay, yeah, I want a nice body, a nice face, and something that matches equally to what I feel comfortable in. Mm-hmm. But it's more about presentation, from what I consider it. It's all about fashion, something that's going to be remarkable, memorable in our society.
So how's that like being accepting then when it comes to dating and sexuality? Like, what if someone isn't up to par, doesn't have the best body, doesn't know anything about fashion, but still is in the LGBTQ arena? Like, why aren't they accepted if that's like their form of whatever?
It's not just our community, but that's just mainly even for you guys, and you know, in the heterosexual community. You guys are one, let's just kind of like phrase it in the aspect of certain men want a certain type of woman, or certain woman wants a certain type of man. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So it's not much different than ours.
I get that.
And ours, it might just be a little bit more difficult to understand, because it's two guys. One might be more feminine and masculine looking, mm-hmm. than the other, mm-hmm. but it all kind of falls under the same label. But it's just so much more of, all right, that's my type, no, that's not my type, and actually getting to know you, who you are.
Mm-hmm. Mm. So then what's this thing about like cuffing season? Because I'm old and I be hearing this stuff on Instagram and I'm just so confused. So when I heard cuffing, you know, I'm a freak. I was like, ooh, it's time to put the cuffs on and lock and throw away the key. And then through like the memes and stuff, that's not what it means. So please, what is cuffing season? Why does it exist? And is it for like my group of people and your group of people? Like, just clear that up for me, since you're the young one in this situation.
Well, from what I know, cuffing season is just every season. There's a cuffing season for the winter. There's a cuffing season for V-Day, which is coming up. Mm-hmm. And you know, everybody wants to have a little boo thing, or a little side piece, and a little but it's just a temporary moment, like, where people bond and connect. Like, you may have somebody that you're feeling attracted to, but let me cuff you up for a quick minute, or a little bit.
And then unlock the cuffs and like deuces. That's not cool.
Well, everybody has a different meaning to it. Like some people.
Are you guys hearing my words? So I'm saying deuces. Like I'm saying big words now. Oh, I'm kidding. I'm being young like you guys. Oh, shout out to my sister. I'm gonna use the word busing. Hey. Okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh. Honestly, it's so much more of let me cuff this person for a little bit, or this is just gonna be temporarily. It's basically, to me, a friends with benefits. You can, physical attraction or emotional attachment. Some people get that emotional attachment, and then there's like boom, 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 boom. Like, oh no, I really want you. Oh no, this is that, or you're not doing this, and da 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 da. It's not so much in reflect to anybody being better than the other, but there has to be an understanding. Like, cuffing season is just cuffing season. Like, it's just temporarily. Some people make something out of it. Some may not.
Temporary. I'm sorry.
I mean, temporary is fun sometimes.
Finally, his true colors is coming out. He's getting all nervous because he's on this radio / podcast. So I'm like, my brother better bring out his true colors because we have way more fun than that. So now let's get to that fun stuff. So hypothetically, let's say that you had like your ideal Valentine's Day. What would that look like?
They really won't know?
Yes. Just keep up replace the words for words.
Honestly, what's the mile club with the airplane?
Oh, the Mile High Club?
Yes.
Really?
Something amongst those lines, but also Eiffel Tower.
Ooh,
I want to look
Paris.
at the city. I want to look at the sky.
That would be amazing.
I don't want to see nothing else. I just want to look up and down and just have that adrenaline.
Look up and down?
You said keep it PG. I'm keeping it PG.
Scorpios, and stuff. So just so you know, I've been in a plane and I'm a thickums. I'm not no skinny mini, and I could fit and walk around in the bathroom. So you'll be able to make that Mile High Club, no problem. Just letting you know for the future, in case you didn't know, and in case nobody else didn't know. If I can fit in there, you can fit in there.
To me, it's just more of I want that adrenaline.
You want spontaneity. You want
I want that feeling in my stomach, like, oh shit, I'm gonna go flying somewhere.
Yeah.
But,
So for me, for Valentine's Day, I'm so traditional. Do you know? I know you're not gonna believe this. And I don't know if I've talked to you about this before. You can stop me if I have. To this day, I have never been on your typical traditional, like back in the day date. And I've always wanted one where the guy comes to the house, asks your parents, can I take her out, blah, blah. Obviously, I don't have parents now. But, like, the guy knocks on the door, has the bouquet of flowers, I take the flowers. I'm like, oh, thank you. Put it down. Then he drives us to, like, dinner, or we go for a walk, that whole romantic traditional dinner, like dinner and a date. And then he comes back, he walks you to the door, and then he like leans in for a kiss, and then it's like, good night,
And your leg just goes up in the air, like,
I've never had that classic traditional date, and I've always wanted one. But I think guys nowadays really lack chivalry and romance. I mean, I could be wrong, but just from the men that I've dated, I really haven't really gotten that. So I think it's just the media maybe, or just the life that we live, that men just don't seem to put in as much effort or don't hold traditional values like they used to when it comes to chivalry, like opening the door, or having the girl walk on the inside. Like, I feel like men aren't raised with that concept anymore, or maybe they have forgotten it. I don't know.
Honestly, I just think that when I say we, I can't speak for everybody, but analyzing people and myself and others, right? I think that we tend to choose the wrong person for what we may think or have been taught to think that a man should be, and end up going with the wrong one. Like, for example, you like him tall.
I do. If you don't look like a tree, if I cannot climb you.
Uh-oh.
You said the word that gets me going. If I can't look up to you and have whiplash.
Compared to somebody who's going to be like 5'2", 5'3". I mean,
But for me, I need a tall man. Not just I want one. It's not just a preference for me. It's like a physiological need. And let me explain the reason behind it. Because I don't know if I have done that to you before. I know I'm 5'2". I know I could get away with a guy who's 5'3", 5'4", 5'5". Because everybody in the world is taller than me. I get it, right? But I need someone who's like 6 feet tall. And the reason why is when a tall man makes me feel biologically, like makes me, my clock, my body, whatever, makes me feel like I would be more protected. Like back in the day, caveman, you know, the man would protect you against like animals or whatever, you know, you get what I'm saying? He could hunt, he could provide, he could do whatever. So naturally, when I look at a tall man, I already feel like this man can protect or provide for me. And that's why I'm so hell-bent on being with a tall man. And where I can't, like, when I see men who are shorter than that, it's I try to find attraction, but the chemicals are like, no, he's not going to protect you and provide for you. And so I get very unattracted very quickly.
So you basically want hold on. You basically want
Yes.
You want that.
Yes. Yes. If he swings from the trees, even better.
Okay. Well, going back to what I was saying, it's just we end up choosing the wrong people compared to somebody that we may be not compatible with in our mindset. Those might be the people for us. And we end up going for either the bad boy type or he's questionable. Like, something is intriguing you. Like, in my case, right? I done had different type of experiences. But I could surely say that when we try something out the box that might be out of our comfort zone, sometimes we end up finding something more that we may like. And then we end up figuring out, okay, maybe I need this, maybe I need that more. You get to know yourself a little more.
No, I definitely believe that. Like, I'll give you an example, and I can't believe I'm throwing my stuff out there, but you know, this is my podcast, and I gotta keep it real. People need to know the truth, right? Well, they don't need to know the truth, but I feel like I need to be truthful in order to really make a connection with the people that are listening.
Right.
So I don't know if you remember el cocinero, el gato, el mexicano, el chivi, que trabajaba en Skylark. So, él era mi novio, ¿sabes? ¿Verdad? ¿Tú recuerdas? Entonces, él tenía, like 5'10", 5'9", un bajito. I mean, alto por ser Latino, but like, you know, you get what I'm saying? Okay. Yeah. Well, for me, the average height is short. Pero, él me cuidaba, he took care of me. I mean, he cooked for me. Anything I needed, he was always there catering me, making sure that I actually did feel provided and protected. And so that did allow my mind to open up and realize, okay, a guy doesn't have to be tall to give me those things. This man isn't my typical person that I'm attracted to, but because he treated me so well in the dating process, I really did get feelings despite him fitting my physical standard. Right? I mean, but he was one. I've tried before after him, years after him, and it doesn't work anymore. I'm gonna keep trying. Like, my mind is open. But I think it's also very important to vocalize what you want and what you need and put that energy out there so that it does come to fruition. And I think it's super important when dating and when being in a relationship, whether it's for the long term or for fun, to vocalize to that person what your wants and your needs are. So A, you're not wasting people's time, and 2, you're not doing a disservice to yourself or to someone else.
I could agree to disagree.
See, this is why I like him, because we're always disagreeing with each other.
No, but the only reason why I'm saying I could agree to disagree is because we as humans, we like to make errors, right? So we're gonna always tend to go with something that may not be good for us and make the mistake of learning from that mistake. Mm-hmm. And down the line, kind of like through all the heartbreak and all the pain and etc., we're gonna kind of just figure like, okay, maybe I should have done this different, mm-hmm. and etc. You can reflect on it, mm-hmm. But you just said it right now. You've tried. You're open to it. And you're willing to, go down that path, mm-hmm. But you have your criteria,
mm-hmm. my standards, I guess, yeah.
Of a man, this is what he needs to have. This is what he needs to be, and there's nothing wrong with it. But in my aspect, in our community, and as well as yours, a lot of people just look at, I want this to be my bad boy, or excuse me.
For that remember that term I found on Netflix where he said something about a bear? Do you remember?
Yeah. Like we have twinks, like in the community we have twinks, we have otters, we have bears, we have pups, we have cubs. Like it's so much labeling. Mm-hmm. A lot of people can't even keep up with it.
I can't.
I myself, I'm just like, y'all just label too much. We label too much. Mm-hmm. I don't like labeling. Mm-hmm. You are what you are. You like what you like. And just enjoy life.
Yeah.
Don't make it more difficult. But I've also come to learn I have to respect my fellow people in my community.
Yeah.
Same thing with females that become males, female to male. Mm-hmm. They don't want to be recognized as a female. They want to be recognized as a him, mm-hmm. or his, or theirs. Mm-hmm. They have different terms, and it's kind of like a learning journey, because it's kind of like, oh damn, like this is more interesting than what it was. Mm-hmm. It's the same thing when we've kind of labeled I'm a top, or I'm a verse top, or mm-hmm. I'm a verse itself, or I'm a verse bottom, or I'm a bottom. Mm-hmm. Which one are you? You like dick or you don't like dick? Or you like booty or you don't like booty? Which one is it? Mm-hmm. But, like, for example, some people have to understand, like, we have what we have in our agenda because that's what we like. Yeah. And it's all about pleasure. And at the end of the day, I think, I'm gonna scratch my ear behind that one. I like it all. So
don't we all like the rainbow? Like
please me, tease me, and yeah, you know the rest.
All right, so we talked about sexuality, we talked about relationships. Now my favorite parts, sex in general.
Well, we already know you.
What's that supposed to mean? Do
I need to bring the sound back out? Tarzan.
So like, what type, if you don't mind sharing, because I think sometimes it's freeing to be open, because mm-hmm. one, you're just letting yourself go without caring about stigmas of other people, but also when someone else listens to you or listens to me, they're really like, wow, this person was open enough to do that, maybe I can be open enough to share with whomever I'm actually with. Mm-hmm. So for example, for me, I'm very much an open person, monogamy open, because I'm not into like polygamy and stuff like that. But my thing is, whatever goes in a relationship of two people without including other people. So it could be BDSM, it could be like, I'll try pretty much anything once, as long as it's not gonna harm me or harm the person that I'm with, mentally, emotionally, or physically. So one of my favorite parts about sex is DDLG. I think you know that. Mm-hmm. I'm really into the whole dom and sub mm-hmm. Play. Mm-hmm. Not every facet of that play, because there's ageism in there, there's pet play, there's like a whole bunch of other things. That's not really what the realm that I dive into. I dive more into just the sub dom, like 50 Shades of Grey, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. 50 Shades of Betty, okay.
I love role play. That definitely turns me on. And I'm a big, what's the word? A big fan of. I wanted to use another word, but I'll just say fan. I'm a big fan of verbal communication. Like, for someone to tell me you're doing this right, this is how I like it. Like, someone who's like basically giving me that confirmation that I'm doing well to please them, and likewise, like, I would say, this is great, you're doing well, please me, blah blah. Well, not in that way. I'd probably say a little bit more freakier, but you get what I'm saying. So verbal cues, I guess. Because like, I would hate like having sex and it's just dead quiet. You know, like, I want to know that my partner's enjoying me, and if he's not, I want my partner to tell me what I need to do. And likewise, I want my partner to know that I'm enjoying it, and you know that if I'm not, like, what he can do to make it better.
Well, the great thing about 50 Shades of Everybody, because 50 Shades of You, 50 Shades of Me, I feel like it comes to respect and then understanding the other person, and for the other person to also understand you. I like it all. I don't care. I like
That's the Scorpio in us. We will do it all.
Tie me up, spank me,
like
choke
rope,
me,
like
pull my
spanking,
hair,
yes.
do it all.
Check.
Some people even like spit in my mouth, make me feel like I'm yours. Some for them is some
fluid
like
exchange.
Too kinky, but it's whatever floats your boat in that moment. And I mean,
yeah, I'm definitely into verbal. Like, if someone's like, you're mine, that's a huge turn on for me.
I don't.
You don't like verbal?
I don't mind being verbal or the person being verbal.
But you prefer to be more quiet.
No. I want you to let out your beast. I don't want... Or like that video that I sent you the other day with the grandma on top of the roof.
Yes!
And the fireman
Oh my
out.
God, a man's groan? Am I saying it right? To me, that is the sexiest thing. Like, he doesn't have to talk. If I hear that groan, like, I know he likes it. That's definitely a turn on for me as well.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you have to kind of know your partner, and then at the same time, when you're trying new things, you have to keep an open mind. And by keeping that open mind, you're kind of just like, oh, I even like that more.
Yeah.
Shoot, my last relationship, I didn't think I was going to like candle wax or handcuffs.
I like handcuffs or wax.
Or, you know, or being tied up or tying up or vice versa. I didn't know all of that.
Yeah.
Till I tried it. Boom. Shoot. Honey, chocolate, condensed milk.
Okay, I like the honey.
Ice cubes.
Ice cubes, yes, that's good.
But it's more of understanding your body and the other person's body. What's gonna make that cake.
And also being able to communicate that. The worst lover is a lover who thinks he or she is perfect and doesn't take the time to really see if their partner is actually enjoying it.
True. You give me flashbacks.
And it's funny because I used to be innocent and I used to not be able to verbalize or vocalize my wants and needs, thinking that, you know, I would A, be too much for my partner, or B, my partner would judge me, because my past partners have judged me. And so it lowered my self-esteem. And now getting older and just learning to love myself, I'm like, okay, well, I know what I like. And if my partner's not open enough to share that with me, then that partner is not for me.
Well, I don't think that you're wrong for liking what you like. And if people have judged you, not that I feel sorry for them, but in a way I do feel sorry for them, because we all have different needs and different wants. Some people may have even the darkest desires of fantasies and stuff. And judging one another, it's nothing good that we're doing.
Yeah.
Like, to me, it's like, all right, you like what you like, I like what I like, but I'm not gonna look at you any less.
Yeah, like it should be an open, in a relationship, whether it's for fun or it's an actual like serious relationship. I think that communication is so important, and to be able to allow both people to feel comfortable enough to be able to share
Mm-hmm.
what they really, really like. Because if you're not vulnerable with your partner, then there's no sense in getting to that second stage anyway.
I mean, it's like you got to look back in time, like when you're younger, right? And you're kind of exploring.
Mm-hmm.
You have that first kiss.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, I had my first kiss in the stairwells.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, I had my kiss there. Or the first time that I lost my virginity. Where did I lose it?
Mm-hmm.
Shit, I lost mine in movie theaters.
That sounds exciting. I didn't. I lost mine in traditional.
But besides just liking men, it's like I dated women, I dated girls. Like, there's nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to find. From what I've learned, like in psychology class and being in college myself, you have to figure out who you are and find yourself, because then the next person down the line, whether it's your future partner or etc., they're gonna have to accept you. Not that they're gonna have to, they will accept you for who you are and what you've been through.
Mm-hmm.
That just gives the what's that word? Help me out here, sis.
Me not speak
The foundation.
English.
You don't speak English.
Me not speak English.
The foundation of your relationship.
Mm-hmm.
It's just gonna build on from
The
there.
je ne sais quoi.
Oh,
Parlez-vous français?
oh, stop it.
Eu falo português também.
Oh.
Gostoso, né?
She went all international.
I love love. I love sex. I love relationship. But yet I'm single.
Anybody who tall, strong, and I mean that could put in work,
And lift this
let her
ass.
know. I mean, shoot, not putting you out there.
No, please do. I want a man. I'm putting that energy out there. 2023 is gonna be my year. I want my husband, you know? I'm calling my husband. I'm putting that out there. I have it on my vision board right there.
Where have you been?
You know, like, I deserve love. I'm a lovable person, and there's gotta be someone out there that is going to look at me and say she's the one. And when that happens, I can finally full-heartedly say I am actually ready for that now. Before I wasn't, but today I am.
Well, I'm not gonna say this just because you're my sister, but you're one loving human.
Thank you.
Don't get all cheesy on me. You're a loving human. You are. You're very caring and understanding towards others, and you give more than what you should. And that's an amazing part about you.
Thank you.
2, you're not harsh. You're a delicate one. What's
I'm
that?
a
What's that
delicate
vote?
flower.
Yes, there you go.
With
Delicate.
petals. In
You
Australia.
But at the same time, I've seen you overcome a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like putting another seed in the ground, and you have bloomed to become a beautiful flower.
Stop.
Don't stop crying. True. You gotta keep it tough, you know. We Scorpios.
Yeah, that's true.
You want to give the wrong impression over there. But it's so much more of being comfortable, understanding yourself, and I think that you've taken that route.
Yeah.
The right man is gonna come and will come. You just gotta give yourself time. And I'm learning this myself, because I don't like putting my business out there, like at work or other places. I keep to myself, I do what I do, and then I just go about my business.
Mm-hmm.
If you need to know, you will know, and if you don't need to know, you're not gonna know.
Yeah.
You could assume all you want.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable with who I am. Shit, I get compliments. You dress nice.
You do. I wish
You
I
got
could
a
dress
girl,
like you.
You got a boy. You can ask all the questions you want. You ain't gonna get an answer unless you need to know.
Mm-hmm.
But thank you, by the way. I'm not just good.
I need to start dressing nice again, like you. I'd be like, because my body fluctuates all the time, you know, I feel like sometimes to not dress nice. And then I don't really go out anyway. I'm always working home. But that's another thing I want to do. I want to start not just energy-wise putting myself out there, but like physically getting dressed, going out there and putting myself out there. Because if my intention is to find a husband, I can't sit here and expect God to just drop him on my lap. I have to put some work. God helps those who help themselves. And I'm a very spiritual individual. So I need to practice what I preach. And they also say that you attract what you are.
But now that you brought that up, right?
Mm-hmm.
I see too many fake bodies, too many fake stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That whatever makes us happy,
mm-hmm.
right? But I feel like nowadays you can't even be yourself.
Because it's never good enough for
right.
people because of like social media. You have to be, filter ready at all times.
Right.
Like, bro, I got blemishes, I got cellulite, and I got pimples. I am not an IG model in real life.
But that's why I'm saying, like, we have to keep with society, and it's like a lot of the people that are out here are maintaining an image that they're not.
Yeah.
Shoot, you could be the prettiest person, and in person, you're like a whole different topic. Like, a lot of people tell me, your pictures don't do you justice, but you're cute as hell in pictures, but in person, you are like, boom.
Eso de aura, eso la vibra.
I think it's that finger that we got. It's always ready. But honestly, to me, it's just be you, be comfortable with who you are. If you're doing things for yourself and make yourself happy, as long as you're happy in your own skin, that's all that matters. Like, shoot, I'm comfortable with my skin. I dress because it makes me feel good.
Yeah.
But the downfall of looking good and being to that point is you gotta do your hair. You gotta make sure you're maintaining everything, like from clothes to skin to teeth to etc. Shit, I've had these braces in for 4 years now, just because I want a perfect smile.
And they look like they hurt.
To an extent, but it's just like over $7,000 just for braces, just so that your teeth can look perfect, and then even have your teeth balanced out completely. Because people want a perfect smile. People want a perfect body. But in reality, you're not gonna get that. See me for who I am. Yeah, I'll fix my stuff and still be myself, but see me for who I am. I think that's the other problem in society's world of dating and etc.
Yeah. Nobody
is content with themselves, that they're initiating or going beyond and above to get a lot of things done that they should have done due to their body, and then have all these effects in the long term. Yeah,
especially like people put like money into plastic surgery and all this other stuff, and that same energy and money that you're putting into the exterior, you should be working on the interior. Right. Like personal growth. And that's why I said, like, back then I wasn't ready, and I feel like I really am now ready, and that's why I'm vocalizing my want for a husband and putting that out there in energy, because I put the work in myself.
Husband, where are you?
And on top of that, the wedding night gonna be freaky. You know what I want to do when I get married, right? I'm sure this has happened in movies or whatever, but I want to have like one of those books, right, where you do all those like naughty pictures, and then right before I walk down the aisle, have someone give it to him, and then he opens up, he sees it, and then he's like, oh, I'm gonna marry her, and walk down the aisle and be like, she nasty.
Girl, you gonna give him a boner. He gonna be like, oh, I think I need a moment.
My husband is not gonna be able to handle me. I'm gonna be too much for him, but it's okay. He's gonna love me for who I am. So, how should we close this? What else?
I always like to think that when we closing something, it's gotta have that big Shazam. Like,
okay. The orgasmic finish.
There you go. I don't know for you, but it means everything to me when whoever I'm with is just like a massive explosion.
What type?
Every type. I want to see nuclear war everywhere. But while it's happening, it's like, do you want somebody to pull out or to stay within?
Stay in. Lléname con la leche.
I don't know.
No, pero también a mí me gusta la cara. So, lo que yo quiero es que me comienza por dentro y luego se hacen otra vez para afuera para darme un facial. A limpiar los espinillas.
I can't.
You said a big ending, coño. Que me agarra, que me jala el pelo. me haga así, toma.
Damn, okay. No, see.
You can tell a bitch is celibate.
Well.
Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to curse on my podcast. I was getting excited.
Hey, it's you. It's okay. Honestly, like, I feel like in my last relationship, I had the best sex. I had the best everything. Mm-hmm. You know who that was.
Yes.
And even when that explosion happened, the fact that you could break your bed and they could say your name, and then they're out of breath.
Like that scene from Twilight, Breaking Dawn 2, where they went on vacation and that whole bed was broke into the wood, everything. It was just gone. They had to clean out the whole, it was just a mattress left. I was like, oh, I want sex like that.
50 Shades of Grey.
Ay, yo, que tiene what are those things called on the bed that they strap? They have on the wrists and on the ankles. You see it on the beds. They under the mattress and you just pull them out and you restraints. Yeah.
I mean, I put restraints on somebody, they ain't gonna know it.
Sex is a beautiful thing. Sexuality is a beautiful thing. Owning it and knowing it and vocalizing it. And I like bringing it up during Valentine's Day because a lot of people don't like Valentine's Day because they call it like just a commercial day. Like you should be treating your person or you should be treating yourself like that every day. But I like Valentine's Day because it's a reminder to yourself to show love to yourself, but also to love someone else. Because sometimes we're so stuck in our own world that we forget to take a minute, just like we forget to take a minute and meditate. We forget to take a minute to really practice that part of us. I mean, Maslow's pyramid, hierarchy of need. Psychology is one of the most fundamental things. It's the most human nature out of human nature, right? But yet in America, it's just so, like, taboo.
How do the French say? What was that?
Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir?
There you go.
I know sex in every language.
There you go.
I know food in every language. I know sex in every language. And I know dance in every language.
Shoot. I mean, hey. Whatever floats your boat. But just enjoy it.
If you love it, I like it. If you like it, I love it.
And if you do both, then I just want it all too.
I think that is it for this podcast. If you enjoyed it, please comment. I will be prefacing a question in my little description box, so feel free to answer it.
Tania, where are you?
Es Tania Pinky. Nosotros llamamos ella Pinky por lo del podcast. Pinky! And yeah, if you want my brother on again, please comment, send me a message on my IG.
I can't get myself pineapple.
He's lit. He had like 2 glasses of wine. If we count yesterday, it was 3. But I won't count yesterday.
But those are big cups.
We know you like it big.
So
my next podcast, you want to say?
Word. I'm loving this pineapple. It got my mouth like.
Bueno, mi gente. I usually say besos on YouTube, but I figured you could say my outro here. So the next podcast.
Till the next podcast, guys. If you like this and if you want to hear more, go hit that like button, comment, share your stories.
Oh, yes. I want to read it. Zane Sex Chronicles.
I can't with you. But till next time, go like Betty's podcast, comment on her pictures, and show lots of love.
Oh, and have the best sex and freaky stuff of your life. Okay, bye.